Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the next bundle of new content to be releasing to GTA Online. Of course, I'm referring to the next set of drip feeding content and not a new downloadable update or anything along those lines. But over the past few days, this has been a pretty hot topic and discussion throughout the GTA community because of course with this update, Rockstar are changing the way they are releasing drip-fed content into GTA Online. And whereas in the past with pretty much all the updates in the last 2 years or so, Rockstar has released drip-fed content piece by piece, week by week. Whereas with this update instead, in case you guys weren't already aware, Rockstar are going to be releasing the drip feeding content in groups or bundles instead. So for example, on the first week of drip fed content, we received 2 vehicles instead of 1, we received the Bugatti Tesseract and the Vapid Ellie. Then earlier this week, we of course received 2 bits of content, the Vapid Caracara, the new weaponized pickup truck, and the game mode Target Assault. And as for the other remaining unreleased content from this update, that's all bundled together and releasing in groups instead of one by one. But so far, Rockstar have released the first 2 groups 1 week after the other. And what's being questioned right now is whether Rockstar will continue doing this with the remaining few groups. Will they release them one after the other, week by week, or will we see gaps and breaks between the release of these groups to of course space them out? Now when I first heard that with this update Rockstar was changing the way they were releasing drip feeding content in GTA Online, and instead of releasing the vehicles and content one by one each week, instead they'd be releasing them in groups, I presume that's exactly what Rockstar would be doing. They'd be spacing out the release of these groups with maybe a few weeks gap in between. But so far with the first 2 groups they haven't done that, and that's why it's being questioned whether Rockstar will just release these groups one after the other, week by week. Now, although I'm sure some players would like to see that because, in fairness, there are some really good vehicles and some great content yet to come, things like the new Dominator, we of course have a classic Mini, and most importantly a Super as well, vehicles that players have been wanting to see in GTA Online for a while. But if Rockstar do continue on and release these groups one by one each week, we'll run out of content before the end of the month, as there are only 3 groups of vehicles remaining from this update to be released, which could potentially mean that by the end of April, all the content from this update, besides 1 or 2 features coming to the creator and a few game modes as well, will have been released into the game. And from what's been talked about so far regarding the next up-and-coming update for GTA Online, it's been rumoured and speculated that it may not be released until the end of June, maybe even July, which could potentially mean we'll have to go at least 2 months or so without really receiving any content in GTA Online before the next updates. And we know that Rockstar haven't done this for a while. Rockstar, with the last few updates at least, have tried to make sure that the final bit of content from an update is stretched all the way until a week or 2 before the release of the next update. So there is certainly a lot of uncertainty in the community and with what's going on with this update. Of course, players want to know exactly when certain vehicles are being released, with some of these being extremely anticipated and desired by the community. I myself in particular are looking forward to the Overflod Tyrant. It is a really awesome looking supercar, and of course the Jester Classic, also known as the Toyota Supra. But we'll find out for definite exactly what's going on soon enough. In fact, just next Tuesday on April 10th should be the deciding factor. Of course, if Rockstar do release the next bundle of vehicles on Tuesday, I think it's safe to assume that Rockstar will be releasing each bundle week by week, and by the end of the month, all the remaining vehicles from this update will be released. But if Rockstar don't release the next bundle of vehicles on Tuesday, it most likely means they're spacing out the release of these vehicles, and they may not all be released until the end of May. But either way, whether Rockstar do release the next bundle of vehicles on Tuesday or a later date, we already know what the next bundle is going to be. There'll be 3 vehicles in this bundle, those being the Weenie Issy Classic, of course based upon the Classic Mini, the Vapid Flash GT, which was originally believed to have been based upon the Ford Focus RS, but it's actually based upon a Ford Fiesta, specifically Ken Block's version. And finally, the third vehicle is the Sea Sparrow helicopter, which of course is the same helicopter that featured both in GTA Vice City and GTA San Andreas, so it is a retro and throwback vehicle to both of those games. Now, alongside the release of these 3 vehicles, there may also be the addition of a new game mode or adversary mode as well, named Vespucci Job. This was found in the update files by a number of data miners, but there's some pretty interesting information that's been found about this adversary mode as well, which if you guys haven't heard about in the last few days or so, could potentially be the cops and robbers mode we've all been looking forward to seeing in GTA Online over the last few years. For starters, the name of this adversary mode, Vespucci Job, is a spin-off or a parody of Italian Job, which of course is a well-known movie that released back in 1969, featuring classic minis, which is why it's believed that when the classic mini, or the ISI Classic, is released in GTA Online, we'll see the release of this adversary mode as well, of course featuring the vehicle. And to give you guys some more information on this game mode, WildBrick142 on the GTA forums shared this. There is a new adversary mode called Vespucci Job. One team are the runners and the other team are the cops. The runners have a time limit, and if they respawn, they will lose time. The opposing teams will have to stop the runners from getting to the deactivation zone or collecting all the checkpoints. And as you guys can see in the screenshot below this, there are also various lines of code as well, which were found in the game files relating to this game mode and the objectives, as well as the outfits that will be available in this game mode, with the one team having the option to wear police outfits. So there we go, when the ISI Classic is released into GTA Online, there's a good chance that this game mode will be released alongside it, seeing that it's going to be featured in that game mode. And like I said, depending on how Rockstar are going to be going about releasing the next few groups of content, this may all be released as soon as next week on Tuesday, April 10th. And I guess some additional evidence or hints of this is the current online special event, which ends the day before, on Monday, April 9th, as well as the double money and RP bonus on the Target Assault races. If Rockstar wasn't planning on releasing a new set of content next week on Tuesday, this special event may have been 2 weeks long, or at least seen a longer bonus on the new Target Assault races. Anyway, but with that being said guys, that's pretty much it then for this video. Now at some point over the next few days, I'll go into more detail about the 3 new vehicles, of course releasing in the next bundle, sharing 10 things that you guys need to know about them before they're released in GTA Online, so look out for those when I upload videos on them to my channel. But until then, I will get your thoughts and feelings on what I've discussed in today's video. Do you guys think that Rockstar will just continue releasing these vehicle bundles one by one each week, or do you expect it to be a break or a gap between the release of them to space them out? So go ahead and leave a comment right now regarding that. If you guys could also drop a like as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.